All right. So I kind of screwed up a little bit in preparation for the stream. My first stream for the Xbox 360. I actually kind of screwed up a little bit, and what I did was in preparation for streaming on Xbox 360, I managed to get everything except a microphone that's compatible with an Xbox 360 controller. So now I will be playing with very little audio. Something I will state is the music on this game is licensed by a third party, so I cannot actually play with music or in-game music for fear of copyright strike. But before we start a new game, I do want to show off the achievements. Wow, I was almost done. As I have stated many times whenever I start this any series, is every single game I cover on my channel are games that I abandoned for one reason or another. This game I have not played since 2016, and the first achievement I got was in 2013. So let me just quickly go over the achievement list. So the ones I've gone is Sit and Play Dead, which is earn more than 1,000 tricks during a trick exhibition. I'll just go ahead and go over how I got these achievements before I get started. So just for those curious where they're trying to like get these achievements on their own, when you're playing the game and you get a dog, I would advise you to like train your dog so he knows every single trick. Then go to a park or something and do a trick expedition. Just keep on farming tricks until you get $1,000 worth of tips. For yoinks, with the pets stole Sims clothes with skinny dipping. This is something that I believe can be done in the swimming pool, and I can't remember the how exactly I got this. I'm assuming that once you skinny dip with your Sims, you can just order your pet to steal the clothes. I don't remember getting this achievement, but that's I'll be trying to show that off. Be the boss, reach level 10 of a career. Overqualified, win to work with 4 career performance requirements at outstanding. The missing link, this is related to the mysteries found in the game. There are 5 sets of mysteries for you to solve. This one is a pirate mystery, the pirate treasure mystery. Punchable offense, punch the Sims for their crumb-filled substandard furniture. This is for having a cat destroy a furniture by clawing it up. We have mass hysteria, had a dog and a cat become best friends, as self-explanatory. Zombie bears, oh my, avoided the zombie bears to find the pirate ship's log. This is actually also related to the pirate ship mystery. Employee benefits, became a romantic interest of your boss, as self-explanatory. A wingman or dog fetch a date. This one involves like having like a training your dog to actually fetch something, and eventually you'll bring back a woman that will interact with your sim. Great Scott created a flux compobulator. This is actually for the crafting skill. Search and rescue, explore the abandoned mine in search of Timmy. This is actually for the dog mystery. Doggy duties, deal with the feline in the dog days of summer mystery. As per usual, it's a dog mystery. Good Fluffy, praised or scolded a pet enough times to add a trait. And became a BFF with the dog. That's also self-explanatory. So the traits, the achievements that we have yet to get that we will be getting in the series is I Hazard, train a pet to have 9 traits. Find your lost pet. Breed a natural born hunter cat or natural born digger dog. This is something I'm going to be looking into throughout the course of this series, and I'll be trying to get that. Fetch something at least $2,000 with a dog. Successfully bathe your cat. Steal something worth at least $2,000 with a cat. Use a telekinetic cat to make a sim fix a meal from the fridge. Complete each of the parenting challenges. Complete each of the fishing challenges. Complete each of the love and romance challenges. Complete each of the catastrophe scenario challenges. Complete each of the canine cop scenario challenges. Make a sim transmorgified from a cat and a sim transmorgified from a dog become a couple. Activate the Cry Havoc Karma power during wedding party. Make out with the maid. Lovely. TMI, have your sim kiss your brother's sister's best friend. Escape a karmic backlash by quickly balancing the meter after dropping below -50. This is something I'm going to be looking into, and I will be getting it once I figure it out. Destroy $10,000 worth of objects with a dog or cat. Complete each of the Leonardo Reborn sub-challenges. Catch every ghost spawned by the Ghost Invasion Karma power before it ends. Target your neighbor with the Ghostify power, then catch them with the cat or Ghost Zapper. Complete each of the mystery chapters. Get the attention of the Socialite Club. You could expect one of the mysteries of the game. Build your house up from the ground up by replacing your property with an empty lot. Build a house of 5 stories and an unfurnished value of at least 100,000. Complete each of the Sim Happiness challenges. Complete each of the Relic Collection challenges. Complete each of the Dancing challenges. Complete each of the Exhibitionist challenges. Complete each of the Explorer challenges. Scare the Reaper. Complete any 10 skill journal milestones. Send a Simbot back in time, and find a special plant while fishing, and promise and complete a pet-related lifetime wish. So with all that being said, this will be a series that will take multiple playthroughs, which means I will probably be creating a family a couple different times, but for the first one, I think I'm gonna have this, I'm gonna be labeling the Sims as the name of family. So I had the idea of naming the Sim Family Night. And the reason behind that is, if there's one thing that I do feel that I often deviate to, where if I have like a default, like when I'm playing Minecraft, for example, and I get the opportunity to change out my nickname or have a custom nickname for a Minecraft server, I often have my nickname be Knight. Because I just like the name Z-Boy Knight just kind of sounds interesting to me. So it's just like really stupid, but we're gonna create Sims. But this is gonna be the Knight family.
Mardunsa.
So since I do not have the God, I can't think, a headset, I do have my TV volume up, and normally I have it muted, but it's turned up to about 6, so if you hear any sound in the background, I have it low enough where I don't think it'll be picked up in the mic, but if you do hear something in the background, that is why. As while we are creating a characters, I'm actually going to go over my overall plan and what I consider to be required for 100% completion. So beyond getting all the achievements, I will be getting to level 10 in all careers at least once. I will be getting to level 10 in all skills at least once. I will be completing all of the challenges and all of the mysteries. And what else? I think there's also collectibles in this game, so I'll be sure to grab all of those, but funny how the first dog, default dog is a poodle. But I think that's actually it. I think that's all I have left for that, but this is gonna, even though there's not that much That's a good name for a dog. Even though there's not that much to do for 100% completion, this will be probably a long series, so.
Brunarkdar.
So just give me a moment while I change. I'm also not that I have a problem with being black. I'd rather have a character that looks like myself. So we are gonna turn down the skin tone. And something that I often do is make myself a little bit unrealistic in comparison to myself. So I'm not very strong. I'm pretty fat, but I like to play strong characters. Basic hairstyles. So I will say this is a game that I haven't played in a very long time, as you could probably tell. I have not played this since I think it said 2015, I think. So this will likely be a probably a first, uh, probably the first time I play this. Definitely the first time I played this in several years. But this is a game that will always be like a soft spot in my heart because of the fact that this was really one of the first Sims games that got me into the series. The first Sim game I ever played was Sims 3 on the Nintendo Wii. And though I had fun with that, I couldn't actually have like a long eyebrows look weird. I couldn't actually have a long playthrough, a long family thing because after a while there's like a weird glitch where what's with the eyebrows? It looks so weird. After a while, okay, no. I'm actually gonna see it changing the color. After a while, after you get to like the third generation, like there's a glitch with the Sims, with the Nintendo Wii version of Sims 3, where I can't think, where your Sims are really the Sims of your town will just randomly die for no apparent reason, so you'll just be walking around your neighborhood, and Sims will just already drop dead. So it's just like very frustrating, and I couldn't actually like survive long enough. And after a while, like if you ignore like all the deaths for random deaths for long enough, then your characters will actually glitch. And I actually had a moment where they're actually kind of I like the top, but I don't like the jeans. I had a moment where my character would just constantly pick something, like tell him to like make food from the fridge, and he'll constantly just pick something up, and he'll just put it down. Like he'll tell me to make like food. He'll pick something up and he'll just put it on the ground, and he'll just keep on doing that endlessly, and then he'll eventually starve to death because he couldn't actually cook the food. It was just like very frustrating, and I literally just couldn't do anything. And it's just that was really disheartening whenever I had my sim starve to death when realistically he couldn't do that. So it just kind of made me realize that the Wii as a console was not a particularly powerful console. And it was just kind of unfortunate because I would have loved to have my character survive, and I would have loved to have like a long playthrough, but unfortunately, it was just not meant to be. Now, something I did notice when I was playing Sims 4 is I actually had achievements that actually, they actually had achievements that was, that said like have like a family that goes to like the 26th generation or something like that. So I know The Sims 4 is more powerful of a game where you could presumably have like a long like family tree essentially. But I don't actually know. Yeah, that's fine. I think I already tried those tunes on, but I don't actually know. I don't actually know if the thing will translate to Xbox or to console as well, where it'll just work the same on console. I'm assuming that since the Series X is maybe as powerful as a standard desktop, then maybe you can then maybe it'll work, but I don't know. One thing I don't like about this game is that I do feel like that the clothing options are just kind of more uh I guess
Taco.
I guess they're more diverse in the later games.
Lacto.
God, do not like that underwear. I'll have the tank top, I guess. One thing I don't like is there's a chance for your character to wear bunny slippers for the sleeper. I actually hate that.
Brunart Dar.
Hey, and swimmer.
Lacto.
Good. Go back to every day. I
Maybe
do
yo.
this because if you have him set like on sleepwear or swimwear, and you go continue to the main game, then he will actually be in a swimwear when you go to play the game. I want to have like an easy time in trying to find a wife, so we are going to have Flirty,
Lebzo.
family oriented.
Oh. Pasa we.
We are gonna put on handy. I'm trying to think. I haven't quite decided what I want for my character. I think I'm gonna. I usually have it like a default. I have him like work in the military. That's a good skill to have. Guess maybe brave. And I think he may be athletic. I think those are good traits to have for military. So this is actually something that I want. So become an astronaut, good. Favorites, really doesn't matter, but I guess rhythm and blues. Pancakes, I guess, and I like red.
Miapso Simchiwani.
That's fine. I don't really care about biography. So next up, we're going to be going to our dog. We are changing the breed. I do have an idea for what dog I want. I want. Oh, they don't actually have Alaska Malamute, do they? So let's. Do they have Huskies? It'll be in alphabetical order. No, I'm looking at them by list. Yep, Husky. So for those curious, one of the first dogs that I considered to actually be mine was an Alaskan Malamute. And he was a rescue dog. He came from an illegal puppy mill where there's this family out in the mountains that overbred their dogs. And they had like hundreds of puppies, like all put in kennels, all this kind of stuff. At one point, there was actually a wolf that got in and impregnated one of the dogs, and that essentially is what my dog actually kind of became, where he was essentially like the half Alaskan Malamute, half wolf. And it was actually like a big story in my area where oh, I just passed it. It was actually a big story in my area where you I think that's good for now. It was actually a big story in my area where no thanks. Where it was for the longest time, well for a while now, like they actually broadcasted this for weeks where hundreds of puppies liberated from a puppy mill. These puppies were sent to blah 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 humane society. Da 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 da. I gotta buy furnace. And it was just like a big story, and everyone just wanted to get their own Alaskan Malamute puppy. And I actually got one. I was actually wanting to get one just to prove to my family that I was responsible. There's a whole concept of me just doing nothing and not holding my own weight around the house. I was about like 18 then. I just started like going to college. And I've really been in college for a couple of years at that point, but I've been in college for a couple of years at that point, but I can't remember how I do this. No. I just need to look at the controls. I will admit, I'm trying to figure out how to. Ah, here you go. Wait, no, that's not it. How do I go into build mode? How do I go into build mode? Back. Alright, here it is. Okay. It's been a while since I played this game, so I'm I don't remember how things work. But yet something that I will say is you're not allowed in my room. Something that I will say is I recently kind of had a death in my family, and what happened was my uncle Greg, who is my dad's brother, ended up having a stroke last night, and apparently he and heading to the apparently and going to the en route to the hospital, he actually had a heart attack in the ambulance. So it's just kind of like unfortunate, but and my dad's actually going to be going up with to. He's going to be going up to God, I'm trying to think. He's going to be going up to God, he's going to be going up to uh Oregon where his family is, and he's gonna try and he's gonna try and like help his sister deal with the funeral stuff, and it's just like really sad. It's really sad, but it's just shit happens, like life just gets in the way of things. But yeah, I was not really, admittedly not really that close with my Uncle Greg, but I didn't know him somewhat well. But my dad is kind of devastated because he essentially just has his sisters and his nephews and nieces left. And I guess like his uncle and cousin. But it's just like really sad. I guess something else I will say is I'm just gonna full on I'm just gonna say this right now. This will not be a full 3 hour live stream because I will actually need to go to I actually need to go to God, I can't think. I will need to go to GameStop to get like a mic for my Xbox. So that's just something I have to do. And you're wondering what's on my bed. It's my Xbox Series X and a bunch of controllers. I was thinking that maybe I could get one of my Xbox One and Xbox Series X controllers to synchronize with my 360, so that I can so that I can uh, be able to use mine. So I can be able to use my uh, headset, my Astro gaming headset, but it just wasn't meant to be. So it's just like this is like a very old controller. It's at least like 10 years old, I would think. So I will need to like go to GameStop and see if they have a headset that's compatible with 360. I'm hoping they do, but it's possible they may not. So it's possible I may need to buy one on Amazon. And I'm out of coffee. So we're gonna be solving every single one of these things. So we are gonna be starting with the pirate treasure. This will likely be something that will be a while for us to actually go ahead and do it, but we're probably gonna try to work on this on the weekends. So just go ahead and say this. As I mentioned before, this game is actually, it was really like the game that got me into Sims. And I'm hoping that you'll be able to see like why I love this game and why I kind of think it's underrated as a Sims game, like as the series goes on. But this is actually the first time that I'm playing a game on the Xbox 360. So if you're wondering why the video quality is so low, why it doesn't look so good as say like other games, that is why. So I'm really just going until I think I need to level up athletic. I think I need to level up athletics one level for me to get like a good rating for athletic. That's something I'm gonna have to work on. We are also going to make sure that the pet lifespan is normal so that he can. I need to make sure the pet lifespan is normal so that I can have him age up relatively fast. That's one thing that I feel like that may. One thing that I feel like that may kind of make the series not as interesting is the fact that there's not that much going on oftentimes. But I'm hoping that my commentary and my gameplay will at least be a little bit entertaining. Go ahead and take a shower. Some Sims seek to trim a few carbs so they look good in a bathing suit, whereas others see fitness as a 24/7 lifestyle choice. It's time to invest in some athletic equipment. Zach now has the option to avoid breaking a sweat while exercising. I also have books here. Is there anything that cooking, handiness, logic? That's it. Hey, dog. Go here and pee. I actually want to take a look at the relationship. Marcel Gaddis. I think it's also a good idea to develop a relationship with our boss. Actually, no. Let us watch TV. Just to raise our fun level. I was gonna scold him, but for barking, but I think I'm just gonna have him just watch TV.
Oh. Huh.
Soon as this gets to full, I'm gonna have him
Ooh.
make something to eat, go to the bathroom. We're also gonna. Oh, we need to buy a toy. I forgot about that. One thing I don't like about this controller is the RB is not as responsive. Use. Have a quick meal. We will have canned soup. God, I can't believe it's already like almost like an hour into the stream, like 20 minutes to an hour. I'm not even done my first day.
Daku! Niarb!
Eat your food, and we will have you. What to do? Let's have you watch TV, and you, once you're done eating, go here and pee. Chew on your bone.
Ooh. Huh. Ooh.
Hmm.
Then we'll have you sleep. Then we'll have you sleep. And tomorrow will be your first day. Looks like we have Tuesday, Saturday, and Sunday off. Or Thursday, Saturday, and Sunday off. Sorry about that. It's been a while. Isn't it supposed to? Taking a while to go cycle through the day or the night. Usually it goes pretty fast. Uh, go back to sleep? Way too late. I think that's kind of a mistake on my part having him go to sleep so early, but I honestly, for some reason, I thought I was going to sleep until morning, not. Well, I guess it's technically morning now, just freaking dead of night. I was just like literally in the middle of the night, like 12 a.m.
Hmm. 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 Hmm.
Friendly, talk to. Hoping this will raise our social up a bit.
Glorple. Glubinor. Glorple. Hina toy vawa dewey. Oh.
Okay, social is maxed. You can go here and pee, eat, and chew on. Boy. I need to go into build mode and move this toy a little bit because I can't access it. What time is your work? 6 hours, so is that 8 a.m.? I think so. I want to make sure he goes with as close to max stats as possible so that he does well in his work. So I'm assuming I think this game uses carpool system, so when he goes to work, he'll just go to a ride with someone. I think the carpool would arrive at 7 in the morning.
Yep.
Okay, now watch TV. Go here and pee. I'm actually gonna. What is it? Come on, move. So he'll go to adult in 3 days. Okay. Oh, it's 6 a.m. So his work starts at 7, not 8. Okay. I have him take a shower. We're gonna have him use the bathroom, then take a shower. Just want to make sure that his mood is as best as he can, even though I don't have. Get out of the way, dog. Even though I don't have his skills maxed out, his skill level up to his recommended thing. I'm probably not gonna get promotion this time around. In fact, I'm actually gonna be focusing on trying to get some acquaintances. And hope I can find someone I'm working with that I can develop a relationship and potentially get married to. Really, my overall plan right now. We are currently about an hour into the stream. We're going to be streaming for another hour.
Zopi tani ha, zopini ka, zopi tani na, wasami pa koni ka. Zopi tani ha,
And we're actually going to follow our character to his work. Because I want to actually be able to monitor his things. Gonna be working hard to try and like, get some progress. And then once I get to a certain point, I'm actually going to stop and focus on like meeting new people. Luckily, we can find a female co-worker that we can interact with. Actually, gonna back away from that. It's cool that where you're working does have sound effects. After a certain point, it does kind of get annoying. So I'm actually going to. So from 7 a.m. to 2 p.m. So at 12, I'm gonna change from business as usual to meeting new co-workers. I'm actually making a lot of progress. That's surprising. We're almost halfway. There comes a time in every soldier's life when wallowing in the pit should no longer be acceptable. For helpful hints, tips, and strategies on escaping this military cliche, read Getting Out of the Pit is sure to improve your job performance. Okay. Sure. Meet fellow soldiers. We're already like halfway to getting promoted. Are we seriously gonna get promoted? No, we're not, but we're gonna come close. And we earn 280. Fortunately, it doesn't look like we met anyone new. Inventory. actually performed pretty well. I'm not missing anything. I was about to say something stupid. I briefly forgot that I had in fast forwards. I was gonna say, he reads faster than I do. Do. Yeah, I'm just gonna go and say this. Twitch, the category for Sims 3 pets on Twitch is not the most popular thing on popular category on Twitch. So I don't expect me to get like any followers from streaming this game. If I get any followers, it'll actually be because of people just coming in on Twitter. Coming into my stream on Twitter. But yeah, I don't anticipate this being a popular series. I don't anticipate let people just sticking around watching. But because of the fact that this category isn't really particularly popular, Sims 4 is like 10 times more popular than Sims 3 Pets, which isn't really a competition. The category for Sims 3 Pets has 4 followers, and it doesn't even have a picture for the category. It just has like the basic, like bland picture. It is literally just like the game controller on a black background. So it's not popular by any means, but it I'm still gonna be playing this regardless because again, my goal for this series is not to become like quote unquote YouTube famous or Twitch famous. I'm not like looking to be the most popular Twitch streamer because I know that's like kind of unrealistic. I just want to use this channel as a way for me to like work on games that I've abandoned from one reason or another. So that's really my goal. I understand there are people that actually are interested in becoming like quote unquote YouTube famous. If you're that type of person, then by all means, you're probably best probably to play categories that are popular trending right now. Like right now, I think Overwatch 2 is one of the most popular stream categories on Twitch. But if you're like me and you just want to play games that you want to have fun in, and just play games as you want to have fun. You don't feel like you have to be forced to just play games that are popular just to get like attention or viewers or subs or whatever. Your channel, do with it what you please. Is what I'm doing. I feel like the issue. I feel like part of the issue that I'm having, part of the reason why I'm having issues, I think part of the reason why I'm having issues, not the wrong thing. I think part of the reason why I'm having issues like getting growth is because I'm a console player. From what I understand, like Twitch kind of gets notoriety. Twitch gives notoriety, or Twitch gives priority to PC players over console. So if you want to be a console streamer, you're kind of like fighting the Twitch essentially, or not really Twitch, but well, yeah, Twitch gives priority to PC players, means PC players streaming the same game as you will be first in the list, whereas you'll be at the bottom. So if you're playing like a training category, you will actually be like at the end of the list of PC players because they're playing on console. Just kind of unfortunate, but it is how it works. I do kind of wish that that system would change. I also do wish that YouTube and Twitch are more supportive to small channels like myself. Especially, I'm actually smaller on YouTube because I have 24 subscribers in comparison to 34 followers on Twitch. But sadly, Twitch and YouTube don't seem to care until you reach affiliate or that first goal on YouTube that allows you to essentially have ads or whatever, or allows YouTube to essentially make money off your content. And until you get to 1,000 subscribers on YouTube, and until you get to like a total of 4,000 hours of watch time on your own content, then you're likely not going to be able to become get like noticed in any way. Like your video content is less likely to be shown by Twitch on by YouTube on their recommended page. So it's just at some points it's harder to get like noticed on YouTube than it is on Twitch. Because at least on Twitch, like the goal is at least somewhat attainable. Like you just need like 50 followers, and the goals are just like very, like in theory, like easy to get, assuming you're able to get like a decent amount of active audience. But until that happens, it's just kind of makes things a little bit difficult, I guess. Because it's just like it's essentially it's essentially you competing with people that have already made it on Twitch, rather than you just trying to make it on, rather than just essentially you with an equal chance to make it. Because it's just really sad, but until you meet a certain requirement, like Twitch or YouTube just doesn't care about you. And I do really wish that they really cater more towards small streamers. Because honestly, there's actually been said like so many times that most people, when they try and be a content creator, they quit before they even like get like too far into it. Because like growing from a small channel into a big channel, it's really takes a lot of effort and a lot of time. Why is my bar not showing? Oh, there you go. Why aren't you going pee? Congratulations! Zachary has just increased his athletic skills to level 2. As soon as this dog gets to adulthood, I'm actually gonna start training him. I'm also gonna start like having him like work probably as a hospital as a therapy dog. So I guess something that I will say is I think military is the got like a hair in front of my eye. I think military is like the career that I is the only career I got to level 10. I wanna say.
Oh. Huh. Oh. Oh. Huh.
I'm honestly hoping that eventually I'll be able to find a preferably a female character that I can actually
Ooh.
get in a relationship and marry. I'm also hoping it's just I find that oftentimes the female characters I meet are adult rather than young adult. So it'd be nice if I could find someone that is my age, but I guess I don't really have a problem if it's a little bit older than me.
Ooh.
I'm be playing on Immortal anyway, so really only gonna be putting it on sim lifespan on normal. Really gonna be putting sim lifespan on normal once when I have kids, just to level them up faster. I level them up, age them up, I should say.
Voobazampu. Oh. 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 Gibnet. Gibnet. Oh. 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 Oh.
So something that I will say is I'm also gonna try and prioritize having male kids because I would like to have like a family line that's kind of consistent, where it'll just maintain like the same family name, so night all the way through. And I think if I have like a daughter and I have her get married, she will take her husband's name rather than her own, rather than keep her own. I actually probably should look into that. Sim 3 pet daughter female Mary keep name or take husband. Oh. How come the female keeps her maiden name after marriage and oh, that's Sims 4, not Sims 3 pets. This is Sims 4? Okay, so if I have a daughter, I guess it doesn't really matter if I have a son or a daughter because apparently whether who gets that last name depends on who asks who to be married. So if I have a daughter and if I ask the guy, "Will you marry me?" Uh, the daughter will keep her last name. So I think that's how it works. Assuming Sims 3 uses the same mechanics as Sims 3 Pets. I can't teach you any tricks, can I? Excuse me, sorry, I gotta help burp. Normally, I don't like to burp on stream. That just kind of happened. Sorry about that. I also didn't realize there were dishes in the room. I actually thought it was going to be making cereal, which I didn't want him to do. Okay, so this will likely be the day we get promoted. Second day and already level 2 in the job. So while we are doing this, I actually do want to it kept my challenges from my previous playthrough. That's actually kind of annoying. I was actually kind of hoping that it would reset. So, for those curious, before I started the stream, I purposely refused to load my cloud save, and I instead loaded a save from, I didn't like load like my cloud thing. I loaded, like I just kind of saved it under hard drive on my Xbox 360, which in theory, I'm kind of mad. In theory, it would just kind of create like a new save file, a new location. And I was honestly kind of hoping it would reset these challenges, but that's actually kind of annoying. So I guess I'm not gonna worry about the all you need skill until I get like have a son, so I can start it from scratch. This is also something where, and luckily we don't have to do this like uh immediately. Like we don't have to do like all these in one go. Just like kind of saves it. Just so annoying that you just can't actually like reset your challenges for uh your reset your challenges just by loading a different save file, just for not like choosing to load a cloud save. And for those curious, this is not the same Xbox 360 I had when I last played it. I actually lost that Xbox 360 in the Camp Wildfire when my home burned down. So, yeah, I don't know. It's kind of annoying. Which really couldn't help me, the challenges would reset so I can actually start from scratch. Your dedication to the service and your career ambitions are clearly evident to those around you. Once you're out of the pit, you never need to return. Your boss is pleased with you, and your job performance has improved. Zachary's hard work and effort has really paid off to the tune of a permanent extra $6 raise per hour. Whoop-de-doo, Basil. $6. Well, I guess I shouldn't be too disappointed. $6 will probably grow over time, but so we're gonna do the same thing. Like probably at 11, we're gonna go back to meeting new coworkers. So we're currently an hour and 22 minutes, and as I said before, I'm gonna be ending it an hour early, just so that I can drive down to GameStop and get a microphone for this, so that I can actually hear the game audio. For those curious, the reason why, especially like for a Sims game, and there's really not. Jesus Christ. So I will admit, when I saw that cat tearing up that furniture, I thought those claw things was flames. For some reason, I thought the cat lit itself on fire. I was like, what the fuck just happened? God, I'm so stupid sometimes. Oh, God. That's kind of funny. Oh, God. That's dumb. Da 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 dum dum. I'm so. Oh, God, so stupid. Looks like we got the promotion locked in the bag. I would like to keep it on working things so I can actually make sure that I don't actually lose job performance. Email. Hey. That name sounds. I think I remember that family. I think it's actually. So for those curious, there's some like families that are locked in stone. Like I think there's like a character named Bella Goth who's in like every save file. People like Marcel Gaddis is always in this game. But there are some residences that are completely random where like the houses, the families that live there don't always uh the families that live there don't always I can't think. The families that live there aren't always living in that house in all playthroughs. So it's just it's kind of funny how I the character, I'm pretty sure this family is actually something that isn't always there. 322. Congratulations! 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 Zachary's impressive performance has earned him a promotion to mess hall server, as well as a bonus $552. Out of one mess and into another, swap into your biohazard gear for a hairnet and give the troops their rations. Start hitting the weight bench so you can floss your biceps for the lieutenant because your mustache must be pretty interesting. Morning, sir. How are you? $50 per hour, 7 a.m. to 3 p.m.
Mardunsa.
Again, I kind of like this thing a little bit more. I recently rewatched like an Austin Powers movie like a couple days ago, and I was just kind of. It was Austin Powers Gold Member. It's a movie that I used on the DVD version. It's probably my most watched Austin Powers movie. But I was just laughing my ass off. Release the meteor! Oh, god damn it! With the go he just went like Dr. Evil just gets like hit in the nuts by the meteor. Oh god, that scene was just hilarious. It always makes me laugh whenever I see it. I just kind of was reminded of that scene just randomly. I just started laughing. Uh, Austin Power is really like a really bad spy movie, but it's just hilarious to me. It's kind of more of a like making fun of the whole James Bond thing, but it's just hilarious. So I think uh just kind of make things easier for myself. I think I'm gonna marry. So just putting this out there. I'm pressing the wrong buttons. Uh, the Philip Fryer, friendly fire. Philip Fryer and Friendly Fryer are likely married. Lilith Payne and Dirk Harrison. I think I remember Lilith Payne. Oh god, is she the crazy one? It was like a sim that it was just kind of like crazy. I just can't remember who it was. I remember like I think I was trying to like interact with her, possibly trying to marry like a female sim once, and she was kind of like insane. She had like the insane quirk. She was just constantly weird. That was the thing that kind of deterred me. But the thing with karmic powers, where you can actually respect your skills. Right? Wasn't there? No, there was a skill for doing this, right? There's a way to do this, right? I know there is. Is it instant beauty? Sims 3 pets does instant beauty. I can spell karmic power. Allow you to respec skills. Actually, let me just do it this way. How to respec, not skills, but traits. Not Sims 3. Not Sims 3, Sims 3 pets. The difference. And that also uses PC mods. Like command, so I don't want to do that. Sims 4. This one thing. This is not the most popular Sims game, and there's more information for Sims 3 and Sims 4 than there is for Sims 3 Pets. And I'm getting cheat codes. Let me just do it this way. I think it's Instant Power that does this. Oh, you know what it could be? Hold on. There's something that I am missing. Lifetime rewards, that's it. Okay, so I think it's lifetime rewards I'm thinking of. Change lifetime wish. I missed it. Yeah. Uh, that honestly is kind of annoying. Here it is, midlife crisis. 20,000 points. I knew there was a way to do this. I just couldn't remember how. Now I know, and knowing is half the battle. G.I. Joe. How do you keep on... Every freaking time I do this. I don't know how you keep on turning it around. Complete linking devices. Your PC and Android devices are almost linked. Okay. I don't know why you're popping up. I think on my day off, like I probably won't do it this time around, but I'll do it next time I play when I actually be able to stream the full 3 hours. I think next time, on Thursday, I should say, I think I'm actually going to spend that day just developing a relationship with whatever her name is. Well, playing. Again, I hope to God she's not a crazy person because I think I remember her from previous playthrough, and I think she was actually she had like the insane trait. I should probably look this up because Lilith Plain. She lives in the Loon's Nest household. So she is. So she's a cat person, dislikes children. Okay, so she's actually not. And she is neurotic, so she is crazy. Okay, so I'm actually not going to do that. Although, doesn't mean that I can't. God damn it. I'll be right back. Yeah. Sorry about that. I also thought I muted my game. So I'm actually probably gonna look into this like after the stream because I could just do it now. So Lilith Plain is psychotic. What about Fernie Fryer? The fact that she has like two bad traits and I actually want her to be one to have one where I can actually have a family. Oh, she's a teen. God, she's a freaking teenager. Okay, well, sadly, unfortunately, it does not look like that we can have a relationship with her. That sucks. Uh, sadly, you can't get into a relationship with a teenager because it's frowned upon in this game. I shouldn't joke about that, but I felt like I had to. Well, it's a little dark humor. Can't do anything with Poltergeist until we have a cat that is max level in Hunter. Shower and eat. And we're also gonna have him, learn the handiness skill. We're actually gonna have him read the book. Read a book. That should have in his inventory. And once I have him sitting down and reading, I'm actually gonna end the stream here. Because there's some things that, again, I need to go to GameStop and, I think they close either at 5 or 6. I need to go to GameStop and buy a headset for my Xbox 360 controller. And I need to, I also need to prepare my stream for upload. I also have a video waiting on YouTube for me to upload. A video just waiting to upload on waiting to upload onto YouTube. It's already like done processing. It's ready to upload. I just need to edit it and put in my timestamps before I upload it. For those curious, this video is actually a bonus video for Skyrim that I was finally able to make. And hopefully I'll be able to make another bonus video next Tuesday, if all goes well. But next Tuesday I may actually go into campus and work on my my project.
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
Zip zab.
Okay, so as he sits down on the couch and reads a book, I'm gonna be saving and quitting. Or I guess he's not going to the couch, he's going to the bed. So, go ahead and save. If you are remotely interested in what you see today, all the games I cover on my channel will be for 100% completion. I will be streaming Sims 3 Pets yet again next, day 3. Next Friday, 1 p.m. to 4 Pacific Standard Time. This time will actually be a 3-hour live stream. I will be streaming, my brain is dead, I'll be streaming Kingdom Hearts 1 for doing my proud playthrough on Saturday, 1 p.m. to 4 Pacific Standard Time. Though it's not labeled as 100%, I am working towards a goal of getting 100% of the achievements in Kingdom Hearts 1. And I am going to be going for the proud achievement in Kingdom Hearts 1. So what to expect for tomorrow's live stream, I will be going back to Traverse Town. I will be completing it and sealing a keyhole. And I may even complete like Agrabah and possibly even Monstro. We'll see. Beyond that, I'm trying to think. Oh yeah, on Sunday I will be streaming Stardew Valley for 1% completion. On Sundays, 1 p.m. to 4 Pacific Standard Time. If you're interested in games being played to 100% completion, feel free to check me out on those times. Also, I have a YouTube channel, ZBoy896 Twitch Stream Archive. I work to upload all the streams I live stream on Twitch onto YouTube, and I do a little bit of extra stuff as well, like creating bonus videos of things I was not able to cover on Twitch. That's gonna do it for today. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you all next time.